Start, I would like to play a game with you guys. Can someone explain what a DEX is? Anyone? I have small gift for you. So we have physical airdrops of 1-inch network tokens. You can earn with just simple answer of what is a DEX. Anyone? I try to understand. Once again? So, okay, these two guys. Walid, your turn. You need one more chip from my side. So, these two persons here at the back, just put your hand up. Yeah. Thank you very much. So, I try to get an understanding how deeply, like technically, are you in decentralized finances and Web3. I have another question. What is MEV? MEV. What is MEV? Someone? MEV. MEV. No one? You got already your tokens. I'm sorry. Okay. And do you know why we have called 1-inch 1-inch? Why 1-inch? Hint, it's not about the size at all. No? Okay, I will tell you. So let's start. My name is Sergej Kunz. I'm a software engineer, software architect for 18 years and security expert as well. I and my co-founder Anton Bukov, back in 2019, we came to an idea how to improve the space where we were building. We were traveling around the globe on the hackathons, and we wanted to build something what's not existing out there, and we came to the idea to aggregate decentralized liquidity sources in one single transaction. So we wrote a small algorithm which distributed the amounts among decentralized exchanges and did atomic swap atomically through Ethereum transaction. And we introduced the aggregation market. So nowadays we have huge amounts of volumes to the numbers of Lacan. Nowadays we are a little bit more than 2.5 men back to 2019. So over 4 years we have built a lot of products. We have built self-custody wallet. So you own the crypto. You don't have to trust anyone. You don't have to send it to Binance and keep it there to trade. You can just directly trade from the wallet. iOS Android wallet, we are working on hardware wallet, which should replace Ledger and Trezor. Very soon, we have built a lot of protocols. We have built our nice Web3 application, which can be used to trade assets in a highly efficient manner, decentralized and permissionless manner. So we have built also our dev portal, which onboards Web2 developers. And also, we are working on a pro version, which means it's highly regulated and working also to launch here in United Arab Emirates, highly regulated and compliant, based on decentralized tech exchange for everyone, for institutionals and retail. So our performance. We have more than 10 million of wallets trading on 1-inch protocols. We reached total volume in just 4 years, about 368 billion of US dollars. We keep 70% of market share for aggregation market, and decentralized order book, we call it limit order market. So we overtook our competitors just in a couple of months after releasing the protocol. Thanks to my co-founder Anton, who came to the idea. We have 150 core contributors around the globe who are contributing to the project, independently, everyone, and we have raised around 190 million of US dollars to build the future of finances. So, let's go. So, how it started? This is the current state. We started simpler. We just introduced aggregation among decentralized exchanges for one market. So just for example, you bought Ethereum for DAI back to the early days. We offered to exchange a little bit on Uniswap, a little bit on Banker, a little bit on Kyber network. Nowadays it's more complicated. we use multi-path algorithm. I came to this idea on the couch of my sister by speaking with my co-founder Anton Bukov, and in a short time we implemented this and released back in 2020. So it changed the world. So we use multiple markets at the same time. You can just imagine in the traditional world you would, for example, buy Tesla stock. You have 10 million of US dollars. It makes no sense to go to only one single exchange, right? It makes sense to maybe use also different fiat currencies to buy this stock on different exchanges in one single transaction. It's not possible right now in the current traditional finance infrastructure because every exchange has own standards, own APIs, and it's not atomically. This is atomically, so executed on a blockchain, on EVM-compatible chains, ensures that the user get what they have seen and not less. Sorry, it's somehow. Yeah. So if you are speaking about decentralized finances, DeFi, then we have some threats there. So there are some issues. So there are some issues in terms of compliance, in terms of like there are also bad actors who stole maybe some funds from people and try to sell it somewhere, or put in liquidity pools of Uniswap. So not everyone can work with this liquidity. Institutionals cannot because the compliance is not allowing this. We see math attacks. Math attacks I'm going to explain you in the next slides. And we see also unfavorable swap rates. If you go to SushiSwap, for example, I'm not blaming SushiSwap at all, but it's like it was like different back in 3 years ago because we didn't have math in the early days. But nowadays we have math attacks where someone can see your transaction and reduce your return amount which you got and get some benefits from it. If you exchange on like SushiSwap and some other direct exchanges, then you will face math attacks, front-running attacks, and this is an issue, and we see also in the industry multiple startups start to think about that and to change it, yeah. So one step back. So we have front-running attacks. Someone see your transaction, you would get maybe you found the arbitrage opportunity. You would buy maybe Ethereum for best rate on the market because there's a liquidity pool which we know, but maybe no other knows. And you make a transaction, and someone just see this transaction in the mempool and just do the same transaction by themselves. This is front-running. So, and your transaction would fail, or you would get less if you trade. Math, yeah, maximal extractable value. This is math, yeah. So it happens when you make a trade, for example, and someone see you trade in a mempool, so your transaction, and exchange on the same exchange, on those exchanges where you exchange, like if you're using aggregator, they exchange before you and exchange after your transaction. They can use Flashbots, for example, to build bundles and to put your transaction between own transactions, and they extract a huge value. So you would get less. And these are the numbers. For 2022, more than $1.5 billion of dollars were stolen from people. From Upper it's stealing. From someone, it's like hacking. And these are around 10% of all transactions happened in back 2022. So, and here we are. We have two paths. We have the turning path where you face math, you face front-running attacks, you exchange on one single exchange and you don't get the right market rates because the liquidity is highly distributed among different liquidity sources. And we have the right side, this is 1 inch. So we are building this future for everyone, introducing solutions. One of these solutions is 1-inch fusion. It's just upgrade of our 1-inch swap protocol, which introduce math protection by design. It means if you are using 1-inch and fusion is activated, in most of the cases fusion is activated. There are only corner cases where you don't need fusion when you, for example, exchange Ethereum to WETH, so you just wrap Ethereum, it makes no sense to use Fusion. But in the most cases, Fusion is activated and you are protected by design from math. You can trade highly asynchronously. That means you don't need to wait until the first trade is done to execute the second trade. You can just create 10 orders, and these 10 orders would be executed by professional market makers. You see here on the right side, our resolvers, they execute it in parallel. Yeah? So our market makers are verified. We do, from the foundation side, KYB. We do AML screening with the market makers, so they are not acting like they don't trade with dirty liquidity. If someone do, we had this case, so the market maker would be blocked. So, and these market makers, they actually breach the whole liquidity in the market. They trade with own liquidity as well. They do also arbitrage inside of the network. They do also arbitrage with different networks. Just imagine you exchange on Ethereum, you sell 20,000 Ethereum. But Ethereum is also on Polygon, Ethereum is also on Avalanche, and also on layer 2s. And arbitrage traders, market makers as well, hedge the position on the second chain, on the layer 2 exchange, or also on centralized exchanges, and execute the orders from the users on 1 inch. So, all market rates, all liquidity in one place, I said already, and the thing is, you pay the fees for the transaction fees, because nothing is for free. On a blockchain, you need to pay for the transactions. In our case, you pay in the destination token, means you get just a little bit worse the rate than you would get if you exchange by yourself, but you don't have to pay native tokens, like in native tokens for the transaction. That means at the end it's the same, yeah. And in cases such, I'm going to here to present a huge trade, 3,700 WETH, 2 USDT, yeah, 2 USDT. This guy got $2,300 more. If they would just execute, like make a market trade on one of the aggregators out there, they would get these market rates below 1,606. But by using Fusion, they got actually more, because our Fusion is very smart. It's based on Dutch auction, but not using a linear function. It uses the market liquidity curve, the market liquidity prices. So at the beginning, you see this trade over 10 minutes, and we try to sell at the beginning, in the first minutes, for better rate for the user, almost on the spot price. The spot price is what you see on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. We try to sell it on a spot price, and you see the partial fills. These are trades. These are trades. And market makers try to fill as much as they can, and they have time to arbitrage also on different networks, on centralized exchanges, to hedge, yeah? So that's why this user got $2,300 more than if they would just go to aggregator. If they would go directly to the DEX, they would get much less, because the liquidity is limited also on one single DEX. So, about math protection, I said already. One sec, it's a little bit slow. And the performance. So these are proofs. We launched, don't trust anyone, by the way, yeah, in Web3. Verify everything what you're seeing and what you're doing. We were able to process 11 billion of US dollars just in 10 months. We launched in Christmas night in December last year our Fusion upgrade, and we were able already to handle 11 billion through Fusion. Still, a huge part of the volume goes through the classic mode, where people send on transaction. These are professional traders who set the limits by themselves and execute through flash bots by protecting themselves. But most people who are not really aware about deep tech in Web3, they are using Fusion, and it works. So we had 1.4 million of orders and 470,000 wallets which used this. I would like to share something what is new right now on 1inch, and this is our developer portal. This is for the developers to onboard Web2 developers into Web3. We are offering software as a service, APIs. On top of them, you can build nice Web3 applications. It's just our tech, which we have built in the last 4 years. If you are building own wallet, you need to know which tokens are in the wallet, which balances are in the wallet, what is the portfolio of the wallet, which PNL do I have on the wallet. Everything you can get here. If you build a new swapping interface, then you can just use our swap API and get the information how to exchange one token against another one. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure to stay here. If you would like to know more, just scan the QR code and start with building new Web3 applications, innovations. And if you would like to get in touch with us, so scan this QR code. We also presented here. Walid is here. You can speak with him. I guess he's well known here in Dubai. So, and once again, it's a pleasure to be in Dubai. We are in Dubai. We are opening office here, and I'm happy to get this support which we get here in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks.